There can only be one winner, and you're looking at him. Let's go.
Now, we have a skill rebalancing update. What does this mean? Kaiba Corp Bling has been nerfed. Where's the actual change? This is a huge nerf. And this really means a lot to me. The 100-player duel rooms, Kaiba Corp Bling being nerfed, I feel like it really shows that Konami is paying attention to the Duel Links meta community. Not only does it feel like that, a Konami developer, not a representative, an actual developer, told me in person that yes, we do pay attention. So thank you very, very much. Because for example, Kaiba Corp Bling, I promise you, this doesn't even exist on the ladder. This literally only exists in our tournaments. And if I wanted to, I could just create a custom ban list for my tournaments, nerf this skill, ban that skill, nerf this card, ban that card. You can only play one of this, but we don't do that. We try to stay true to the game, and by staying true to the game, where an issue like this literally exists in our sphere of top-tier dueling, because it's definitely not on the ladder, Konami still made sure to address this skill, because they know that even though it pretty much only affects our tournaments, it could affect competitive dueling with the KC Cup. So thank you very much, Konami, on this change. Very nice. Now we have Duel Standby. Each player's starting hand increases by 1 card. You cannot normal summon or activate card effects on your first turn. That completely destroys a Mano Awado. Completely annihilates it. It's dead. Now, what are their reasons for changing Kaiba Corp Bling and Duel Standby? This skill has been proven to be too versatile, so we are weakening its potential as a draw skill. Instead, we'll be increasing its utility in a different direction. Great. You get to farm with it now. It's literally a worse Destiny draw. It has 0 benefits over Destiny draw in PvP. No benefit. Destiny draw could search any card in your deck for 2,000 life once per duel. This can only randomly search a glossy or prismatic. Randomly. Now, it's just going to improve your duel point assessment score. Great. If you got a lot of money, make farming easier for you, make the PvE content easier for you. Sugoi. Money should only affect PvE content and cosmetics. It should never have a big influence on PvP. Now, Duel Standby. Each player, you could not normal summon or activate cards in your first turn. Let's see their reasoning. This skill will be adjusted as some cards could take advantage of the fact that monster effects do not activate on the first turn. So due to this, I'm going to be recreating a Yosenju deck. I'm going to be looking at Yosenjus because not only did Amano Awado use this, I used it for Yosenjus. Even though it did not have a huge impact on the meta, we do want to update that deck list. And yeah, this heavily kills Amano Awado. 1 card wonder. This skill was not too relevant in the meta, but when you ended up playing against it on the ladder, it was not a good time. You start with 1 card, you draw 2 cards every turn, you're playing Lava Golem, you're playing Winged Karibos, you're playing all that nonsense, and it was just unintended. They did not intend for you to have a cancer deck. It was supposed to just work with Infernities. So now, you have to play Dark Monsters only if you play any monsters in order for the skill to trigger. So now, let's talk about reinforcements. Can be used each time your life points decrease by 1,500. Return 1 card from your hand to the deck to draw a random warrior type monster. What was it? The skill be adjusted to make it easier to use. So if I should very quickly be able to go back and forth to the skills, reinforce. So they're just decreasing the requirement by 300 life. Okay. Interesting. It doesn't make it any more extra viable Cosmic Cyclone. It doesn't really jump out to me as now we could finally use the skill, but just reducing it a bit. Okay, a little more reliable. I dig it. Silent Duelist. What does this do? Can be used, and yes, Reinforcements is a pretty good skill to use with Subterror. Return a card, add Nemesis Warrior. That is Sugoi. Now, Silent Duelist. Can be used each time your life decreases by 1800. Return one card from your hand to your deck. Play a Silent Magician level 4 or a level 3 from your deck. This skill can only be used once per turn. Oh, wait. Didn't it used to only be Silent Swordsman? This skill now includes, now it includes Silent Swordsman, as it was a skill used by Silent Duelist as well. Okay, now this has the benefit of you do not have to use it in the draw phase. That's very good. But will this make Silent Swordsman deck good enough? So basically it's saying you can now play it with Silent Swordsman. Is this going to bring back Silent Swordsman? Probably not. Because what was best for Silent Swordsman was Light and Dark. And when we had Light and Dark full power, this already was not being used. So, no. No good. Miracle Fusion Time. Can be used when your life points decrease by 1,000. Now, this sounds a lot different than I remember. Miracle Fusion Time. If your life is at 2,000 or below, instead of doing a normal draw, you get to add Miracle Fusion from outside of your deck during your draw phase. So now, it is simply when your life is decreased by 1,000, which is Cosmic Cyclone, you could add a Miracle Fusion from outside of your deck to your hand once per duel. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. We already have Miracle Fusion as a card, right? Do we? I don't even remember. Do we? Yes, we do. And it really has no impact on the meta. Miracle Fusion? In the last 4 weeks, all of these deck lists, none of them are using Miracle Fusion, but maybe now we could use it. And their reasoning was this skill will be adjusted to create more potential for elemental hero decks. Now, we have Respect My Authority. The skill text has been edited to match what the skill's effect does. The skill's effect will remain the same. Now, the skill has never been relevant, so is it even worth reading? Until the end of the turn, one synchro monster you control whose original name includes Yugioh will gain 500 attack for each monster you control that are not in the original owner of. This skill can only be used once per turn. Okay, they added original name, right? Original name. Okay, whatever. Garbage skill, still garbage. The overall breakdown is that Kaiba Corp Bling is gone, and the influence of Kaiba Corp Bling being gone is on the latest Clan Wars. 48% used it, 61 duelists. Now, even though that's the number of how many people played it, what was the actual win rate of Kaiba Corp Bling? It didn't even do that well, but it was the most played version of Dark Lords, and a pay-to-win skill like Kaiba Corp Bling should not be a good way to play any deck no matter what. No matter what. So thank you very much for taking that out. And then we also have the dual standby nerf, which if we look on the Clan Wars site, 19 players played it, and what was their win rate? The win rate for a mono stun was 54%. They had a 70% win rate versus Dark Lords, and they lose 2 Element Sabers, but only out of 6 duels, so that's not really a relevant statistic. Very happy about this. Take out the Amano Stun. The other relevant changes is one card Wonder Cancer is gone. If you ever lost this deck or played against it and you were frustrated, no more. Reinforcements, I don't think will have a big impact. Silent Duelist, I don't think will have a big impact. Miracle Fusion is not going to be top tier, but it could help create a King of Game worthy elemental hero deck list. I do think within the next 2 weeks that someone with Miracle Fusion will hit King of Games. It should spark their interest to play the deck again. I know it sparks mine, so I'll make something great with it. And respect my authority, nothing happened with that. So that's it for the skill balance changes.